Hey guys, welcome to Cosmic Magic. Today we're going to jump into the energy of the Aries full moon happening on October 20th at 27 degrees of Aries. So to begin with, the sun and the moon are opposing each other. That's what makes a full moon. So the moon being in Aries and the sun opposing it in Libra. We're still in Libra season, wrapping it up shortly hereafter. And Mars is still in Libra conjunct the sun, or loosely conjunct the sun at the time of the full moon. So this is prominent because Mars rules Aries, right? So it's across the sky in Libra, conjunct the sun, kind of almost reflecting itself or reflecting on itself. We've been doing tons of reflection in the past few weeks, past month, so on, with Mercury retrograde and a ton of other planets retrograde, right? At the time of this full moon, most of those planets will be direct, but like literally have just gone direct. Mercury has gone direct on the 18th, as well as Jupiter. Saturn was direct a little bit before that, and I'm missing some others. Oh, Pluto, right? So all these big heavy hitters and heavy energy that has been retrograde. I mean, some of these guys have been retrograde for months and months, right? Mercury is always a shorter retrograde, but we feel it more because it's closer in the sky to us. So my point is, we have been doing a ton of reflection, and this is kind of, I think, wrapping up that reflection, right? If Mars is opposing the full moon in Aries, and Mars is the ruler. Again, Mars is the ruler of Aries. There is definitely some more reflection going on, but it's kind of, to me, the end of that. Not that we're always reflecting and revising and improving ourselves, or trying to figure ourselves out and our and the world around us, but this really intense time of reevaluating and reorganizing, restructuring what we want, what we don't want. That's what's coming to a close. Especially the moon is at 27 degrees of Aries, nearly at the end. There's only 30 degrees in each sign, so we're approaching the end again of the cycle. It's also a full moon, again reiterating that same concept and idea. So also it's in a way a new beginning, because Aries is the first sign in the zodiac. So we are ending something to begin something new, and that's the case for most full moons as well, right? But there's it's amplified because it's in Aries. I think, again, we have been coming to some type of conclusion. We have already experienced a change that we're still working through, right? It could be a very large change that isn't going to happen overnight or in 2 weeks from a new moon to a full moon cycle. And I think that's the case for a lot of us, because there are some other planets, which we'll get into, that are speaking of big change, big transformation, big upheavals that aren't going to happen overnight. So you may have already been going through a big change, and this may be a culmination point. This may be the final, yes, this is what I want to do, or yes, now let's move on to the next thing, that kind of thing. An example would be, you might have moved. I have just recently done that myself, and it's been a process. Moving takes a while, and you may even have been mourning the past and going back and reflecting again, Mercury retrograde, and just giving yourself time to make the transition. Again, it's not going to happen all at once, and you have to kind of wrap things up in your mind, right? You physically, you might be somewhere else, but you have to all the parts of you, all the pieces of you have to be in the here and now before you can actually move on, right? So that's what a lot of this energy is speaking to me, kind of that final culmination where things have been slowly working themselves out. Aries is all about the self, right? Focusing again back on yourself. We were in Libra season, which is all about partnerships and how we relate to others. It's asking us to come back to ourselves and really figure out what it is that we need to move forward, right? So we've got the sun and the moon, and we have Mars. So again, I said Mars rules Aries. So there's that focus on self, but also action, right? Moving forward, physically moving forward. We're no longer in our minds with Mercury or our hearts. Of course, we're always going to need all aspects of ourselves, but again, we are going to physically be taking steps to move forward now. We've figured out what it is we need or we want, and we want to move forward now. We want to take action, especially with all these planets moving out of retrograde now. There is definite forward motion. Jupiter is also making some great aspects here. Both trining and sextiling the moon, the sun and the moon. So both great aspects. So again, that's more forward movement. Jupiter has just gone direct. That's a planet of luck and expansion and wisdom, right? So it's encouraging us to make different choices. Now that we have more clarity and insight, now that Mercury is direct and we've kind of gone through things internally on what we want. And Jupiter is in Aquarius, an air sign. So it's taking those aspects of what we've learned through Mercury retrograde and what we've been internalizing, and now being able to put them out into the world in a productive and positive manner. That's the way I see Jupiter helping both or supporting both the sun and the moon, helping us move forward. There is another aspect that's a little tougher, and that is Pluto. Pluto's squaring both the sun and the moon, and Pluto's a tough planet, right? And squares are tough. But this is speaking to huge transformation, stuff that's not happening overnight. Pluto is direct now, though. So I think it's just reminding us or forcing us to really take that action, not sit back and let stuff happen. That's when it's going to become tough. That's when it's going to be really hard if we don't take the action. And again, it's not going to happen immediately, but take steps towards it. That's what Mars is asking. That's what Pluto is asking. And let's see, is there anything else? Those are the big ones. We've got Pluto. We still have the Saturn Uranus thing going on, but that's been going on forever. Until December, we're going to be feeling that energy off and on. Again, that's change and transformation, but asking us to do it in a slow and deliberate manner because Saturn is involved. And, that's in a way what Pluto is asking us to do because it is such an intense, strong energy and a huge transformation. So again, some of us could have already been going through a portion of this transformation or most of this transformation, and just having parts of us need to catch up at this point. Or you could be right smack in the middle of this transformation, or it could be coming up now for you to address and resolve, since it is the full moon, right? And then being transitioning into the next new phase of your life. So I think those are the big energies. I like this energy, to be honest with you. I think it's you know, giving us the energy we need to move forward in a positive direction, again, with Jupiter involved. And I think a lot of us have been wanting this change. We're needing a change. It's because it's such a large energy. It might have been a little tougher than we thought it would be to make it through the transition. But I think this is speaking to wrapping up some of that energy, or some of that tough energy at least, right? The slow energy where it feels like you make one little step and then you wait an eternity. I think now with all of the planets going direct, we're going to be feeling a huge shift in energy. And in some respects, things will start moving through. Sorry, someone's at the door and the dog is barking. So we can finally start moving forward, I think, a little quicker, making some steps to head in a new direction, in a more positive direction, in a lighter direction. This is a fiery energy, so again, more action and more positivity moving forward. So to add to that energy, I have some crystals that you can work with to kind of amplify this energy and again use it to your advantage. So I have honey calcite and tiger's eye and pyrite and aventurine and lapis lazuli. So what I do is I always create a crystal grid that I post on Instagram, so you can always check me out at Conscious Creation CO on Instagram. I'll leave that info in the box below, so you can see the actual grid that I created, and you can meditate on that energy at the time of the full moon. You can also use it as reference to create your own grid, or just gather up a few of these and leave them on your altar or on your nightstand or at the time of the full moon or around the time of the full moon. So I will try to give you some close-ups. This is the honey calcite. So this is going to help you with kind of stepping into your power, owning what it is that you want, having the confidence and the courage to really, you know, own yourself, own what it is that you want, self-mastery, really, yeah, that's really it. It's a culmination of confidence and courage and determination and yeah, really understanding your power. And again, Aries is all about the self and about your power, standing in your power. Again, that's the focus. Pyrite is also called fool's gold, is going to also amplify your light, amplify your confidence, but it's also going to promote success and prosperity. Who doesn't want that, right? But it's again going to work with that fiery energy, get us fired up, get us motivated to move forward, to take those steps to be successful and to be you know, whatever it is. I mean, obviously we're not all working towards, and we certainly could be working towards a new job or prosperity or wealth in some manner, but pyrite can still help us be successful in whatever it is that we're trying to achieve, right? Aventurine is also another positive stone. To me, this is going to connect to Jupiter, so amplifying your luck and your abundance. And again, abundance can be any type of abundance, right? And also, I think it's going to help ground us too, and remain connected to our heart, because fire signs are more heart-centered. Again, it's not what we necessarily want. It's more what we need, what we feel at a core level, our most authentic self, what we are yearning for. And I think the aventurine will help connect us back into our heart, ground us, and make those steps to move forward in the direction that we're looking to make changes. Okay, the other thing I have is lapis lazuli, and that is going to connect more to your third eye. And so that's going to help kind of wrap up that whole reflection and Mercury retrograde energy, wrap up the clarity, or no, bring more clarity, bring everything back into focus, and really see things from a higher perspective, a bigger picture, see the bigger picture, and be able to kind of put all the pieces together, kind of really own your vision, right? So that you can move forward with it. Once you have clarity, things are always easier to move forward once you have clarity, right? And then the last one is tiger's eye. So this is some rough tiger's eye. Tiger's eye, again, is going to speak to that confidence, shining your light, being confident in who you are and what it is you want, and going for it. And I think that's pretty much it. Again, you can check out the grid. You can also see it on the thumbnail, the grid itself, but to grab it and be able to meditate on it if you'd like, you can hop on over to Instagram and check it out. Lastly, I'm just going to pull one card to see if we can round out some messages, see if anything else wants to come up or come back up, be reiterated. All right. So we got Divine Mother, nurturing, compassion, and grace. Wow. Okay. So that's interesting because Aries is definitely a masculine sign. It's a fire sign. So we're working in Libra season, right? So that's what this is saying to me. We've kind of been nurturing others, nurturing our relationships, nurturing other people, and obviously there's nothing wrong with that, but we want to balance things out. So also speaking to the Aries full moon, I've been speaking a lot on the self and focusing on your needs. So this to me is saying to not to, right? We don't want to go from one extreme to the next. We do want to still, the reason we're going back to ourselves is because we were spending so much time in the other energy, right? So you want to balance this out. You want to balance out also nurturing yourself, right? You want to, what you give to other people, you want to give to yourself as well. So this is saying some self-love as well, in my opinion. Make sure to nurture yourself. Make sure to have compassion for yourself, right? If you're still working through some of that mourning, if you're mourning still, or looking back in some respect, don't force yourself to, well, she said I had to move forward, so I got to move forward and, forget my feelings and forget, what my head is saying. Again, it's not going to happen at all at once. Make sure to take care of yourself. But that's the point. You need to focus still on yourself. The way you would take care of others, make sure to take care of yourself. This is a big energy. This is a big time period from now until December. I mean, honestly, from August till December, it's huge energy. Lots going on. So remember to take care of yourself. Yeah. And so we spoke of nurturing, compassion, and grace. So again, give yourself the time and the space you need. Don't get frustrated with yourself or frustrated with those around you, right? Everybody's going through this energy as well, in different ways, but they all are going through shifts and change. So grace, compassion, patience, not Aries strong suit. So that's probably why we're being reminded to do those things as well. Focus on yourself, but not sacrificing your relationships. There is a balance there, and not feeling like you have to do everything at once or accomplish the world in a short amount of time. That's not going to happen. So do be patient with yourself and others, and have compassion and grace with yourself. But also take the steps you need, take them slowly. Just, it's a balance. Again, I can't say it enough. We're leaving Libra season and entering Scorpio season very shortly here. So that will be a whole nother energy. There's going to be more emotions that come up. Definitely that Pluto energy is going to resurface itself. So if you push too hard, things could really get messy. So we don't want to do that. And I think that's really it, guys. I hope it is a great full moon for you. And I will see you next time at the new moon. All right. Bye-bye, guys.